Part 1. Have you ever set a huge goal for yourself? A goal so big and exciting that it felt like it would change your life? Maybe you wanted to lose 50 pounds, write a book, or learn a new language. You started with incredible motivation. For the first few days, maybe even a few weeks, you were unstoppable. You went to the gym every day. You wrote for hours. You studied vocabulary until your head hurt. You believed that to get big results, you needed to take massive, radical action. But then, something happened. The motivation started to fade. Life got in the way. You missed one day at the gym, and then another. The all-or-nothing approach led to burnout, and soon, you were back where you started, feeling like a failure. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know you are not alone. And I want to tell you that the problem was never you. The problem was your strategy. We have been told a lie. The lie is that success is an event. It is a single, heroic moment of transformation. But the truth is very different. Real, lasting change does not come from one giant leap. It comes from the compound effect of hundreds of small, tiny improvements. It comes from getting just 1% better every day. Think about it like this. If you get 1% better each day for a year, you will end up 37 times better by the end. It is a slow process, almost unnoticeable at first. For weeks, even months, the results of your small efforts will seem to make no difference. This is what many people call the plateau of latent potential. It is the frustrating period where you are working hard, but you are not seeing the results you want. This is where most people give up. They expect to see progress in a straight line. But the path of real change is more like a slowly curving graph. It is only after you push through that plateau that the true power of your small habits is revealed. This was the secret behind the incredible success of the British cycling team. For 100 years, they were mediocre. But then, they started making tiny 1% improvements in everything they did. They redesigned the bike seats to be more comfortable. They tested different massage gels for the athletes. They even figured out which pillow offered the best night's sleep. Each change on its own was small, almost insignificant. But together, they compounded into incredible success. This is the story of atomic habits. Habits that are as small as an atom, but when combined, create a powerful system that can change your life. It is not about one radical change. It is about 1,000 tiny ones. Part 2. So, if massive goals are not the answer, what is? The answer is to forget about goals and focus on your system instead. A goal is the result you want to achieve. A system is the process that leads to those results. If you are a coach, your goal is to win the championship. Your system is how you recruit players, manage your assistant coaches, and conduct practice. If you are an entrepreneur, your goal is to build a $1 million business. Your system is how you test product ideas, hire employees, and run marketing campaigns. Goals are good for setting a direction, but systems are best for making progress. The problem with a goals-first mentality is that it creates a cycle of failure and temporary happiness. You are constantly chasing the next milestone, and you tell yourself, once I reach my goal, I will be happy. But what happens after you achieve it? The motivation is gone. This is why many people find themselves falling back into old habits after they achieve a goal. But when you fall in love with the process rather than the product, you do not have to wait to give yourself permission to be happy. You can be satisfied anytime your system is running. The The system is the source of your long-term success. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. This leads us to an even deeper truth. The most effective way to change your habits is not to focus on what you want to achieve, but on who you wish to become. This is the power of identity-based habits. There are 3 layers of behavior change. The first is changing your outcomes. The second is changing your process. The third and deepest layer is changing your identity. Most people start by trying to change their outcomes. They think, I want to lose weight. This is an outcome-based habit. An identity-based approach is different. It starts with your beliefs about yourself. You think, I want to become the type of person who is healthy and active. The goal is not to run a marathon. The goal is to become a runner. The goal is not to write a book. The goal is to become a writer. When your behavior and your identity are fully aligned, you are no longer pursuing behavior change. You are simply acting like the type of person you already believe yourself to be. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. One small habit will not change your beliefs overnight. But as the votes build up, so does the evidence of your new identity. This is the real reason why atomic habits matter. They are not just about getting small results. They are about building a new identity. Part 3. To build these identity-based habits, we can use a simple framework called the 4 laws of behavior change. These laws are like levers you can pull to make good habits easier and bad habits harder. The first law is to make it obvious. Many of our habits are so automatic that we do not even realize we are doing them. The first step to changing a habit is to become aware of it. A simple exercise is to create a habits scorecard. Just write down your daily habits and ask yourself if each one is a good habit, a bad habit, or a neutral one. This simple act of observation can be incredibly powerful. Once you are aware, you can start to design your environment for success. Your environment is the invisible hand that shapes your behavior. If you want to read more, do not leave your book on a shelf. Put it on your pillow so it is the first thing you see when you go to bed. If you want to eat healthier, put fruits and vegetables at eye level in your fridge and hide the junk food. Make the cues for your good habits obvious and the cues for your bad habits invisible. Another way to make a habit obvious is through a technique called habit stacking. Instead of pairing your new habit with a time and location, you pair it with a current habit you already do every day. The formula is simple. After my current habit, I will do my new habit. For example, after I pour my morning cup of coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. After I take off my work shoes, I will immediately change into my workout clothes. You are using the momentum of an old habit to carry you into a new one. The second law is to make it attractive. We are more likely to stick with a habit if we find it enjoyable. Our brains run on a chemical called dopamine, and it is the anticipation of a reward, not the reward itself, that gets us to act. You can use this to your advantage with a strategy called temptation bundling. This is where you pair an action you want to do with an action you need to do. For example, you can say, after I do my workout, I will watch my favorite Netflix show. Or, I will only listen to my favorite podcast while I am cleaning the house. By linking your new habit to something you already find attractive, you make the habit itself more appealing. Part 4. The third law of behavior change is to make it easy. We are naturally drawn to the path of least resistance. The more energy a habit requires, the less likely it is to happen. You do not need more motivation. You need to make your habits easier. You can do this by reducing the friction associated with the habit. If you want to go to the gym in the morning, Lay out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to eat healthy, chop up your vegetables on the weekend so they are ready to go for the week. The goal is to make your good habits as convenient as possible. The most powerful way to do this is with the 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Read before bed each night becomes read 1 page. Do 30 minutes of yoga becomes take out my yoga mat. Run 3 miles becomes put on my running shoes. The idea is to make it so easy that you cannot say no. Anyone can read 1 page or take out their yoga mat. The point is not to get results in those 2 minutes. The point is to master the habit of showing up. A habit must be established before it can be improved. Once you have mastered the art of showing up, you can slowly increase the duration. The first 2 minutes become a small ritual at the beginning of a larger routine. This is how you build a system that lasts. The fourth and final law is to make it satisfying. We are more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying. Our brains are wired to prioritize immediate rewards over long-term ones. The problem with good habits is that the reward is often delayed. You will not get a six-pack after 1 workout, but the consequences of bad habits are often immediate. A donut is satisfying right now. To make good habits stick, you need to find a way to feel immediate success. One of the best ways to do this is with a habit tracker. Get a calendar and put an X on it every day you perform your habit. That simple action of crossing off an X is a small, immediate reward. It is a visual representation of your progress. It shows you that you are showing up. The goal is to not break the chain. Seeing your streak grow is a powerful motivator that makes the habit satisfying. Part 5. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This ancient wisdom is the heart of atomic habits. We convince ourselves that massive success requires massive action. But the truth is that small improvements accumulate into remarkable results. It is not about one perfect day of radical change. It is about a system of small, consistent actions that slowly build the person you want to become. It is about focusing on getting 1% better every single day. This is a journey of patience. You will not see the results immediately. You will face the plateau of latent potential, where your efforts feel wasted. But this is the moment that matters most. This is where you prove your new identity to yourself. Are you a writer? Then you write 1 sentence, even when you do not feel inspired. Are you a runner? Then you put on your shoes and run for just 2 minutes, even when you are tired. Each time you perform a tiny habit, you are casting a vote for your new identity. You are becoming the person who shows up. You are building a system that does not rely on motivation, but on consistency. You are designing an environment that makes success the easiest path. You are finding ways to make the journey attractive and satisfying. This is not a quick fix. It is a lifestyle. It is a commitment to continuous improvement. The real goal is not to achieve a single outcome. The purpose of building systems is to continue playing the game. It is about the cycle of endless refinement. You are not just building habits. You are building a life. A life where you are in control, not because you have superhuman willpower, but because you have a brilliant system. So I ask you, who do you want to become? What is one small 2-minute action you can take today to cast a vote for that identity? Do not wait for a new year or a new month to start. The journey begins now, with one tiny atomic habit. If you found this story useful, and you are ready to stop chasing goals and start building systems, then hit like and subscribe right now. And do not forget the notification bell so you never miss out on the next step of your journey. In our next story, we will explore the other side of this coin, how to use these 4 laws in reverse to break the bad habits that are holding you back. You will not want to miss it.